This review is on the movie Ghost Stories. Ooh, I'm the angry guy, and I'm going to tell you like it is. Ghost Stories is a British horror film written and directed by Andy Nyman and Jeremy Dyson. Ghost Stories began in 2010 as an 80-minute play in the Liverpool Playhouse, written and directed by Andy and Jeremy. Andy is repeating his role as Professor Goodman in the film Ghost Stories. The cast was Andy Nyman, Martin Freeman, Alex Lothar, Paul Whitehouse, Jill Halfpenny, Amy Doyle, and Leonard Bird. Professor Phillip Goodman, portrayed by Andy Nyman, has devoted his life exposing phony psychics on his own television show. One day, Goodman was surprised to hear from Charles Cameron because he thought he was dead, man. Cameron had a TV show in the 70s and was the reason Goodman got into the business. When Goodman tracked down Cameron, he was barely holding on to life and living in a dilapidated mobile trailer. Cameron tells Goodman that he has changed his mind about the dark side. He went on to tell Goodman that there are 3 cases that made him start thinking there might be something to these supernatural occurrences. Cameron asked Goodman to look into these 3 cases he could not prove false. The file contained a nightman watchman played by Paul Whitehouse, haunted by disturbing visions as he patrols an abandoned asylum. Whoa, there's a recipe for scariness. The second case is about a nervous young man portrayed by Alex Lothar involved in a car accident deep in the woods. And the third case was about a wealthy former banker depicted by Martin Freeman who was visited by a poltergeist spirit of his unborn child. What is weird is near the end of his investigations, Goodman finds out each of these stories has linked in one way or another to his own life. I enjoyed the creepiness of the entire movie. What they did with this film is nothing new, but I felt tingling through the first 2 investigations, especially Alex Lothar's story, hitting some kind of human-animal type, and then he gets out of the car to take a look. But when he gets back in the car, something told him to do a task, and it touched him on the shoulder. When Alex yelled, screaming as he jumped out of the car, it made me laugh out loud. Oh man, that was great. Also, I felt like I had a small child fear coming upon me when they were walking up the creaky stairs to Alex's room. Plus, the way Alex looked was disturbing. He had an insane grinning while sitting on his bed. It drove me crazy, man. Some might think the film found the right balance between being a fun look in the belief of the supernatural with an honest-to-goodness scares. I don't think so. There wasn't too many scares. If the film Ghost Stories had a better ending, I'd give this film a solid B. I would, man. But for me, the ending was odd. To me, a person would have to remember intricate details of the movie and bring them along to the end, and a person watching realizes by putting the subtle clues together at the end of the movie, the film makes sense. I can't do that. To me, I didn't have a clue what was going on at the end of the film. Was it a dream, fantasy, nightmare, or was it reality? I don't know. Like I said before, if the movie kept its creepiness and made sense at the end, I would give this film an easy A. Didn't I just say that? Personally, I think the ending was a mess. It tried to do everything to try to associate it with Professor Phillip Goodman's life. It just didn't work for me. For me, there wasn't very many scares in the film. What I mean is there's a difference between people in the theater having almost direct contact with the actors and the surrounding people than there are people who are safe and snug at home while watching the same storyline. Both groups act differently because of their surroundings.
My job is to explain the unexplainable, untangle the truth from the fiction. You don't have to have your life ruled by superstitious fear. Everything you spent a lifetime trying to debunk the supernatural. It's all true. 3 cases I couldn't explain. You go and investigate if you dare.
Just like you read a book, then you go see the movie about the book. What is always better? I give this film a C for the creepiness and the weirdness all through the film. Hey, thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing.